What is going on, guys? Today we are going to be looking at the best meta defenders in icon form in FC24. So let's get straight into it. We've got the 3 or 4 different tiers. We have the low, medium, high, and then very top, or we just have 3. I can't remember. But we are starting off with the low tier. There isn't necessarily a massive range of icons in every single kind of price range, because realistically we're waiting for more campaigns, and there is still some like Cannavaro, like Lahm, that haven't had any actual upgrades yet. But in terms of what we've got in the low tier, we've kind of got a few that I do like and I don't like, and maybe there is some that are better in positional changes. So the 3 that I'm on about there is Zanetti, Lahm, and Coman. All 3 of them, I believe, I want to say Coman can as well, all 3 of them can be CDMs. Lahm has a very good variety in left back, right back, and CDM, but in fact I can see it there, in fact. Oh, can the Centurions not be upgraded? Okay, so I know the base can, but I would move him anyway. Zanetti definitely can, so he can go into the centre mid role. I find that them 3 are just better as a centre mid CDM. They just work better. Same with Petit, but to be honest, even at a right back, I don't really fancy him either. When it comes to Zanetti and Lahm, I feel like they can still do a job at right back. Coman's arguable if you can be centre back, but definitely in the centre mid. I think the stats definitely prove that. You've got yourself 87 pace, shooting, 86 on the passing already. Dribbling and pace do let him down a little bit, but you whack a shadow, you whack something on like an engine, you got yourself not a bad centre mid there, or at least a CDM if anything. Same with Lahm, very good stats throughout. Obviously the passing, dribbling could be due with an upgrade, but again, when we get that campaign, it could be a different story. Zanetti definitely has had that upgrade as well. When it comes to the normal versions, we have Ashley Cole, who has had an upgrade. We've got Sol Campbell with an upgrade, and Cannavaro that is yet to have one. So if I put my money, the next campaign icons we get, more than likely he will get one. And I do think Cannavaro he's one of them players that needs to be upgraded now. In terms of kind of where he's at, 80 pace, 93 defending, 83 physical, very good stats. He's got the intercept playstyle plus, which again is very meta driven in terms of defenders, but he needs that upgrade to kind of take that pace and keep up with the times. And it's why not having the 3 different versions, I don't know if primes would have been out by now. I'm pretty sure they're out kind of after Team of the Year, I'm pretty sure. So I can, well no, are they? They might actually be in December, in fact. So primes may have been out by now. So we've gone from having 3 different versions from like, what, an 86 or 87, is 89 or 88, then to a 90. We're now missing that version where he's been upgraded already. We're still waiting on that, and that's what's really going to push him into the next meta. I'd say if I was picking anybody from here, Nesta's kind of here just purely on that defensive ability. If you are struggling, he's not a bad icon centre-back. But when it comes to having a VVD, a Varane, a Rudiger, Militao, there's so many for a better pricing. He's just very good at defending. But when it comes to especially the icon centre-backs, the pricing is going to be massive for them. So it is kind of an extra benefit if you do the icon packs, the icon picks. We are getting a Centurion / base icon upgrade as well. So you're kind of looking at these as well as if you've got them in an SBC, are they worth putting in your team? Do they overtake a VVD? Do they overtake a, what's his name, Lucio, a company? And I think at the lower tier, I probably wouldn't take any of them. Some people do like Ashley Cole. I think 205k left back. We have got a lot of good left backs. So again, it depends on if you've got him for free, then he could make the move. In a right back, I think I'd probably go Lahm out of all of them. And I'd definitely go with the pairing of Campbell and Cannavaro if I had to pick between all of these. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable. But make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. Going through the mid-tier then, we have got Vidic, Blanc, Zambrotta, Desai, Campbell, Ferdinand, Carfu. So this ranges from just shy of 1 million coins all the way down to about 450? 410? 360, about 360. So we've kind of got a mix between a mid and a high tier here. If I obviously kind of split these up, we'd have like 2 each page. So there's just no point in doing that. In terms of, this is like the perfect kind of area. If you're looking at defenders, this would be where I'd be looking at icons. Obviously, we do have the top of the top, which we'll go over, but they are expensive beyond belief. So that is the whole point of this. They are the top of the top. Of course, they're going to be in your team. I would say I would pick Blanc over Vidic if I'm looking at SBC. I'd take Zambrotta. I'd take Campbell. Desai, another one that I personally like in a CDM more than his centre-back, but definitely can be a centre-back still. Rio I'd absolutely take, and Carfu I'd absolutely take. So this is kind of a point where the icons really become that better version of everybody. Yes, VVD's like 160, so that takes out a centre-back role. Baka was an SBC at about 160, could take out the left-back role. We've got Reece James at 500 at the moment. I don't know if he's going to change or drop down, but he looks a really good right back. I think most Zambrotta and Carfu would take out a lot of right backs, if I'm being honest. Zambrotta's always been very meta driven, especially with that 4-star, 5-star, and Carfu's one of the highest rated right backs on the game, hence the price. In terms of centre backs, it's where it gets really tough because we do have a lot. Thiago Silva's a great example of an SBC. We have Blanc. We have, obviously, Skriniar from the Radioactive promo. Lucas Hernandez as another centre-back SBC. And then, let alone that, all of the players that you could have got from the amount of upgrades we've had, from Trailblazers, Road to the Knockouts, into Centurions. We've had so many that there is no need to go buy anybody. So it is, again, really varied on if you've packed them or not. I feel like Sol Campbell was definitely packed a lot more purely on the amount of packs there was over Thunderstruck. I personally didn't get him myself, so I can't say he's very, very packable, but I can imagine a lot of people did get him as he was kind of that medium sort of icon tier, especially in comparison to your Ronaldinho's. I think Ronaldinho's was Thunderstruck, but in terms of that, you could see where he's coming from. Blanc and Vidic are both SBCs. I personally would go with Blanc. Personally like the Anticipate Playstyle Plus more so than I do the Slide Tackle. Rio is absolutely phenomenal. Again, with the Anticipate Playstyle Plus coming in at 750. Obviously, Zambrotta and Carfu both share Relentless. And obviously, Campbell has Bruiser, which isn't necessarily the best, but defending physical is just astronomically incredible. 89 defended, 91 physical with the 83 pace. That is very, very nice. If I had to pick two centre-backs and obviously a right-back, in terms of price, I'd go with Zambrotta. Better, I'd go with Carfu. And I think in terms of centre-backs, I would probably go Ferdinand. Blanc would be any of the SBCs that I could choose, but I think I'd go with Campbell personally. And then we have the top of the top. So we have Ashley Cole and Roberto Carlos. We have Carfu's Thunderstruck and also Carlos Alberto and the two Maldinis. So straight off the bat, Maldini, one of, if not the best centre-back in the game. We have a version of his 92 at 1.8 mil, and we also have a 93 that is 3.8 mil. It's an astonishing card. I love the Dynasties promo card. Phenomenal. Honestly, I really didn't know that they could actually beat Centurions, as that was just cold. The gold works, and I'm praying we get Team of the Year icons again, because I feel like that gold and blue with an animation could be incredible. But Maldini is Maldini, 92 or 93. That is one of the best centre-backs in the game. With Roberto Carlos, I don't understand how he's still 1.2. He is a very good left back. Don't get me wrong, he's always been very meta in that left back role. Ashley Cole's had a nice upgrade, and I must admit, there isn't much between them. Obviously, Cole's coming in at 1.2 as well. So in terms of price, they are pretty bang on. We've got Power Shot for Carlos, and we also have Jockey for Cole. That could be where Roberto Carlos does kind of go down a little bit, unless you are trying that left wing back role with him. I don't know if you should, as I don't really see him scoring many power shots from distance there, but it's a possibility. So I would say that Cole does have him on the Playstyle Plus at the very minimum. Both are 3-star, 2-star, which is very interesting just to see. But I just think 1.2 for both of them is crazy. I would much rather go with a gold Furland at the moment rather than spend that coins unless I was managing to pack them. But even then, Baka is absolutely phenomenal. So whether I'd go for that, it'd be an interesting story. Personally, for me, I'd go Roberto Carlos between them, but it is down to you. Who would you go for? And then in the right back / centre back role, Carlos Alberto obviously can be a right back and a centre back. I would always choose him as a centre back because 89 pace is crazy for a centre back. Obviously, we've got Maldini at 87 now, but Carlos Alberto on the base with no upgrade, which I can imagine will come like Cannavaro in the next campaign. Be an interesting one to see, as he has to go up to 92 or 93 at the minimum, so that is going to be a very, very top end centre back. And Carfu's coming in at 1 point. How much is Alberto coming in at? 1.2. It's pretty. I'd actually probably pay that for him, to be honest. And then Carfu's 1.7. Very, very hard to pack. One of the better Thunderstruck icons we could have got, but the best right back in the game, and obviously comes in at a whopping price. But he is, again, crazy. Not changed his playstyle, plus 4-star, 3-star with incredible stats. And again, I'd go Roberto Carlos, Maldini, Carlos Alberto, and Carfu. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.